Hi guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today to share my latest design team project for Tina at Shabbydabbydoodah. I used two of her kits for this journal. The first one is a full journal kit in and of itself. It is called Teardrop Valley, and that is where all the blues have come from. And then the other one is called Vintage Botanicals in Russet. And then she has one that's also in, is it a stone? Something stone. Anyway, the one I used was Russet. And I will link both of those in the description box below. And then that kit is in two parts that are, separate. So you have the background pages in one kit and the, I think it's 4 pages of ephemera in the second kit, and they are incredibly reasonably priced. So even if you buy them together to create a whole kit, it's, it's still a very good deal. So like I said, I'll link both of those below, and yeah, I will also link, I'll have a link to my Etsy shop where you can find this journal listed. It will be listed by the time this video uploads. So I am, I say this, I think every time I make a journal, and I guess it's a good thing. I am absolutely in love with this journal. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. It would be awful if I hated what I created, right? I do. I love this. And I think I said a couple videos ago that I have been just all about blue lately, and I don't know why. That is not, has never been a go-to color for me. It just hasn't. I've always been a purples and pinks and, those kinds of colors. But man, I tell you what, blue has just been my thing lately. And yeah, I think, my next project, I'm going to try to get myself away from the blue just so that I don't bore you guys. But oh, it has just been, yeah, calling me. So when I saw this kit, because the Teardrop Valley, I believe, is a newer kit. So is the Russet Botanicals. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, I need that. And it kind of went so well with the Botanicals in Russet, because there's not, when you go and look at that kit, or when you see it, you'll see it here. It is just, it's very monotone, which is great, because you can add then any colors you want, or you can leave it, you can leave it monotone. I think that's fabulous too. But it just lent itself very well to adding with the Teardrop Valley, and you'll see as we go through. So anyway, I had this Reader's Digest, and I want to say it was from the 60s. I can't remember now. Anyway, sorry about that. My kitty seems to be having some sneezing issues today. I'm so sorry. I should probably cut that out, but I don't know if I'll remember to. So if I don't, I'm sorry. Hopefully he doesn't continue to do that throughout the video. It's very cold here today, and I think that might be the issue. It was like 14 degrees this morning. Anyway, so I had this Reader's Digest, and I've had it for a little while, and it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, it's blue, and it has roses on it, and I love it so very much. And then I used just a neutral, kind of an ivory colored canvas duck cloth fabric for the spine. The spine is, I believe, 2 inches. Let me grab my ruler. It's about 2 inches. But as you can see, it alligatored out quite a bit because I can't control myself. I'm not even trying to do that anymore. I just have come to the realization that that's my style. It is 5 1/4 inches wide and just under 7 3/4 inches tall. And I, once again, forgot to count the pages. I had counted them and then I added more, but look at that gorgeous blue fluffiness. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm just in love. And then I made a tassel, as you can see, and I left it long. It is longer than the journal. You can cut that down if you purchase this, that's up to you, but I didn't want to cut it down. So it is attached here with an eyelet that I off-centered on purpose. So don't, you know, you're looking at it like, Emily, that is totally not centered. I did it on purpose. I wanted it to be closer to the front of the book, and it fit there nicely. So that was on purpose. And then you have just a bulb pin and a small binder clip. So it's removable if it's in your way or anything like that. There are beads and different types of beads. There's some charms. You have a key here, another glass bead, and I've got some old pearl trim here. And you know, you've got eyelash trim, and let's see, you've got a couple little butterflies. I think there are 2 in here. Yep, here's the other one. Well, I mean, you can see it, yeah. And then another larger glass bead here. And this style. And this is just a little blingy piece here. There's lace in here. This is vintage lace. There's vintage fabric that I tore. Some newer ribbon. I think this came off of something that I cut up. This is some gorgeous, and this is what I used for the closure too, blue chiffon sari silk ribbon that I purchased from Victorian Gypsy Girl. If I remember, I will link her below. I love her sari silks and all of her stuff. So awesome. She is an amazing, she's very quick with her shipping, and everything is just always beautifully gorgeous and amazing. So I will try to remember to link her below. So we just have that, and I didn't even, it's here with an eyelet. I didn't tie it, you know, I didn't tie it off. I just, you know, looped it through there. But you could, maybe I'll go ahead and do it. I usually just to secure it, I don't knot it, just one time over. It just holds it in place. All right, so let's get into this here. So I left the book, or the front and back covers just like they were. So it had this gorgeous kind of gold, colored paper inside, and I thought it went very well. So I just left it alone. I have a pocket from the Teardrop Valley. So this is the Teardrop Valley sort of print. And then this is what the Russet Vintage Botanicals looks like. So you can get an idea, and I won't have to point it out each time. I used one of the fussy cut flowers just for a tag topper there. This is all the pieces from both kits that I had left. And I didn't want to, obviously I didn't want to throw them away, but it was getting, as you can see, rather bulky. So I just included that in the front here in a vintage glassine envelope. This was on it when I received it. Some items that I purchased came in here. So yeah, I just left that, I just put that in the front here. So you can, add to it, whatever you want to do with that. Just a little bling down here, and one of the words from the kit, and some more of that chiffon. I sewed vintage navy blue lace to the beginnings of each of the signatures. There are 3 signatures. I do know that. Pages, it will be in the listing. This is one of the background pages from the Russet kit. some vintage graph paper, vintage music sheet that I tea dyed, piece from the kit, another piece from the kit, little flower and some bling. And I folded this over. The pages were a little bigger than the book, so I didn't want to cut them down all the way. So in some cases I've just folded them over, and then you'll see some of them I actually made into tuck spots and such. So what I did was I printed the Teardrop Valley background pages on one side and the Russet Botanicals on the other side. This is some vintage paper, more music sheet, gorgeous. And so this one I turned into a tuck spot for a couple little journaling cards, and your little butterfly from the kit. Some more vintage paper, tea-dyed paper. This is just some scrapbook paper that is tea-dyed. And then I made a fabric flip here. So you have some vintage, piece of vintage lace. This is this chiffon, and with some more vintage lace, and then this gorgeous piece of fabric that I cut from, I don't even know, it might have been like a coverlet. I'm not even sure what it was, but I'm gonna hold it up here because I want you to see how pretty this is. And it's really thin and just, oh, it's very, I love it. I love it. So you just have that there. And then I had some blue envelopes that were like return envelopes. And I just layered up some pieces to cover up some of the writing. This is a stamp from the kit. And then one of my fabric ruffles here. I do have these available in my shop still. And then I just created, you know, a little pocket here for some of the kit pieces. I love that. Isn't that pretty? And everything has been printed on the back. I believe it's the Teardrop Valley kit, has a you know, a very nice aged, or not aged, what do I want to call it? It's sort of like a tea-dyed background, and that's what I used to print on the backs of all the ephemera. Some more of that scrapbook paper, a blue doily from my friend Lisa. And then this is scrapbook paper that I cut down, and then this is the middle of the signature, and I just turned it into a pocket. There's another piece from the kit. And I just added the butterfly there. I love this. It's kind of glittery. I don't know if that's showing up at all, but the blue just was perfect. One of the little envelopes from the Russet Botanicals kit, and I just attached it to the top here with a little Tim Holtz paper clip. And then inside, if I can make my hands work this morning, come on. What? Let's see. Okay, here's one little piece. And then this might have just been a tight fit. There we go. Yep, it was just a little tight. And that's another piece. And those just go back in there. Like that. And then I just clipped that over the top. And then the other side of the envelope, again, this is some vintage lace and a piece from the kit. And then this is just blue and white baker's twine. And then you've got a couple pieces in here, journaling cards. I love the bees in this kit. And I just created the circles, the little, you know, closure circles with some of the scrapbook paper that I used for the centers of the signatures. And then on the back here, I have a paper ruffle that I created with a very large scrap from a Tim Holtz paper pack. And I just turned that into a belly band on the back of the envelope for this piece from the kit. And then this is a Bow Bunny brad that came with the little blue rose. And then inside you have some like stationery pieces from the kit. I love these, so pretty. And I used my tear ruler to tear those so they look older. And then that just wraps around there and slips inside. Oops. Like that. Another pocket from the kit, and then a couple journaling cards. Just added some lace to the top of that one because it kind of got, it was kind of short if you turned it the other way, and yeah. I'm guessing these are bluebells. I'm not, you know me, I don't know my flowers, but that's what they remind me of. And then I just made a tuck spot there for one of the tickets from the kit. And then this was the guest check that I created in, I think it was the last 3 and 30 challenge video that I did. And then I just made a little booklet out of this piece from the kit and some other pages from the kit. And then these were just some vellum stickers that I had that I added. And that gorgeous background there. And then this is a banner that I just added it for decoration there. One of the pieces from the kit, I just made a little bow. This is a vintage game card that I have, but it was blue, so I thought it was perfect. Just added some vintage fabric to the top there. And then that just slides in. And then that's the first signature. And then here's the second. Again, lace sewn there. I love, I don't know if you can see that. It's just so faint and subtle. The vintage Botanicals Russet kit. I just love how that looks. I just added one of the pieces there to that music paper. Added a butterfly here. Another envelope. Same thing. And inside this one, this a picture of this little girl that comes in the Teardrop Valley kit. More scrapbook paper, it's tea-dyed. This is a pocket from the kit, and I added the bee to the front, and then a journaling card here with some of that chiffon. And I did make this like a tuck spot, but then it was getting kind of bulky. So you could add something there if you wanted to, or not. Another blue dyed doily from Lisa. And then we're to the center of the signature again. And I have, whoops, that's why it wasn't working. This gorgeous piece from the kit. And then this is one of the tabs that the lovely Sammy sent me. Was perfect for this. So I just added that to the side so that you can easily pull that out of that pocket. And then I just added some flowers here. The other side of that envelope. Another journaling card. Sorry, I'm struggling. It is so cold. My hands are just freezing. This is just a journaling card from the kit that I just added to cover up the writing on the envelope. Another of the fabric flips. And then this was a belly band that I created in a 3 and 30. And then I just added these journaling cards in there. Love those bees. Another pocket from the kit. And then this is just a tag with some lace. And then one of the journaling cards. And I just added some lace to the top of that as well. And then this page I just folded over and glued one of these circles from the kit and a couple journaling cards. And then another tuck spot here with some tickets. And then this is the last signature. So I don't know if you can see that. It's just so subtle, so pretty. I feel like you could use these as background pages for anything, really. I mean, you could use that to print on the backs of your ephemera because it's just so light and subtle. Just a piece I tucked under that paper clip, which is holding one of my ViewMaster pockets. Absolutely perfect for this because it's blue, but I didn't want to glue it down because, you know, the back is awesome too. And then I just created this tag. I can't remember. I might have done this in the 3 and 30, but I added the pieces to it. Yeah, now I can't remember. But yeah, anyway. And then I just added that circle here just perfectly so that it would show through the circle on the front of the ViewMaster pocket. And then that just slides under there. Whoops, a little lower. I kind of had this sticking out the top and then I didn't like how it looked, so I pulled it down. But if you like it sticking out the top, you can move the pocket up. And then we've got a couple more little tuck spots here. I have some of this like burlap trim and I just cut the flowers, cut a flower off of it. And then the last envelope here, just some pearly trim and a fabric ruffle and pieces from the kit. And we have a journaling card. Another fabric flip, another blue doily, and then the center of the signature again. And, you know, I just used this scrapbook paper. Came from a pack from Tuesday morning, and I can't now for the life of me remember. I just added the fussy cut bird from the kit and a couple other pieces here. The word cherish. And the other side of that envelope. Little flower here, piece from the kit, and then this journaling card. And I used Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide, if you're wondering, to ink some of this. And then the pieces that are inked more brown, that was Vintage Photo. Yeah, I'm getting colder and colder. My hands are working less and less. And then just a piece from the kit there. And then I just turned this into a tuck spot for a couple journaling cards. Added the little flower there. Added a butterfly here and the word blooming. And then I turned that into a belly band. Those little pieces. And then you have, I just added that there. And then you have another envelope from the Russet kit. And I added, let me see, that's right side up. Okay. Added that journaling card in there. have it this way? I think I had it this way. Not that it matters, really, but... And then that piece there, I just added. And then the other pocket, and I added this piece on the front. And then I took these pieces and kind of turned them into a little flip booklet. I added a little piece of lace with the brad, this really blingy blue gem. And then that's the back. And then I added that piece just on the back there. And then this is one of the pressed flowers. And I just created a little pocket tuck spot. So you have a tuck spot behind the book page. And then this is sewn on there as well. And those pieces just slide in there. And then I used some of the chiffon on the edge of the pocket as well. And that's it, guys. So I hope you like that. Like I said, I'm sort of in love with it. It's going to be hard to part with, but you know, that's what I make them for. Since I don't do a lot of journaling, yeah, I make them for others to enjoy. All right, guys, I hope that you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Check out Tina's listings, and you can check this out in my Etsy shop. I hope you have a fabulous day and a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye.